It's another day and we have another laptop from ASUS to test again, and this one is an interesting laptop. This laptop is within ASUS's new lineup of budget gaming laptop within the ASUS Gaming family. At just 3,999 ringgit in Malaysia, you can get this ASUS V16 V3607 laptop for yourself. And it is actually quite a capable gaming laptop. Now, let's talk about the specs and performance first, as that is the main highlight for this laptop. Now, for this model in particular, we have the Intel Core 5210H, and remember, this processor isn't using the latest architecture that is based on Lunar Lake, but instead it is based on Raptor Lake. We also have 16 gigs of RAM with 5200 mega transfers per second in single channel mode, 512 gigs of SSD, and an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4050 laptop GPU. When we did jump into a game though, it's actually performing really well. Games like Cyberpunk 2077 ran really well with all of the settings as shown on the screen here, and the experience was very smooth, yet the game looks absolutely stunning. Granted, we were playing the game with the maximum fan speed mode, and yeah, the fan speed really sounds like a tornado. We also tried GTA 5 Enhanced Edition since it has better graphics and also ray tracing. And it also performed really well with most settings at the maximum, though we cannot go all the way to the maximum because we hit the VRAM limit of 6GB already. I also have to say though that for this screen, the resolution of 1920 by 1200 pixels, the RTX 4050 laptop GPU is surprisingly capable. To watch the entire gaming test video that we've done for this laptop, you can watch it at the top right corner here or down in the description below. And I also want to touch about the upgradeability of this laptop, as I think it's a great gateway for PC gaming. I highly recommend you to do this one upgrade when you get this laptop. Add another 16 gigs of RAM. The back panel here is quite difficult to pry off, especially at the back here. But once you get it open though, the two RAM slots will be just in front of you. And one of those slots is already taken up by the included 16 gigs RAM. So just get another 16 gigs of DDR5 5200 mega transfers per second SODIMM RAM and put it in the second slot. You get dual channel memory, and that will result in a much better experience. And also, some of the games that we've tested with this laptop, it is limited by the amount of RAM available, so I highly recommend you to just get another 16 gigs. The SSD can also easily be swapped for another since it's easily accessible too. Other than that, the fans can also be easily serviced, and it will be very dusty as well because this fan in the laptop is always running at a very high speed to keep up with the temperatures. Now, the temperatures on this laptop aren't the lowest either, since the cooling system on this laptop is quite tiny. Yeah. By the way, the RTX 4050 laptop GPU runs at a maximum of 65 watts TGP. And now, let's talk about the screen. This ASUS V16 uses a 16-inch IPS LCD with a resolution of 1920 by 1200 pixels and also goes up to 144Hz refresh rate. The maximum brightness is around 300 nits, and that is decent enough for indoors usage. But from my eyes alone, I can tell you that the colors coming out from this screen isn't exactly the best. We can immediately tell that the colors are a bit dull, and we can confirm that suspicion with this color accuracy report. Yeah, the sRGB and DCI-P3 color gamut coverages are very low, hence the colors not looking that good. That aside, we can connect this laptop to an external monitor. The ports selection here is actually quite okay, though the highest speed possible is only 5 gigabits per second maximum for both USB-A and USB-C ports. This laptop also uses a 150 watt power brick and connects via a proprietary port as shown here. It does, however, come with HDMI 2.1 FRL port. Yes, this is the real HDMI 2.1 port, and we can technically get 4K 120Hz or 8K 60Hz out of this HDMI port, but whether or not this laptop can handle that resolution at that refresh rate, it's a question for another day. The keyboard on this laptop is surprisingly good as it is bouncy, has great travel distance, and I thoroughly enjoyed typing and playing games on this keyboard too. I'm just not sure about the aesthetics of this keyboard. The WASD keys are made transparent to make them quote-unquote stand out from the rest of the keys, and instead of having a white backlight, we have a blue-only backlight. I guess it matches the color of the laptop. The trackpad is fine, and I never really use it much though because I'm only using it with an external mouse most of the time. As for the battery life, the 63 watt-hour battery in this laptop can last around 5 hours in the PC Mark X Modern Office test, which is actually pretty expected for a processor that is based on Raptor Lake, not Lunar Lake. All of these hardware are packed within this chassis. It's not that much different compared to the ASUS VivoBook 16A1607 that we reviewed recently, and though it's not the most appealing in terms of design, it works for a budget gaming laptop. It's mostly plastic, weighs at 1.95 kilograms, and also has a thickness of 2.2 centimeters. Since it is a 16-inch laptop though, you might want to find a bigger backpack to fit it in. I am personally using an ROG Ranger Gaming Backpack 16, and it's an amazing backpack. I can fit in practically everything, and this laptop also fits in without a problem with some space left as well. Check out our initial video about that backpack at the top right corner there or in the description too. Okay then, should you buy the ASUS V16 laptop? Do I recommend it? Well, I do think that this is a very good budget gaming laptop, all things considered. Yes, we do have an upgrade path, and I personally advise you to just straight up get another 16 gigs of DDR5 RAM the instant you get this laptop. And the performance for that 4050 laptop GPU is also very good for 1080p gaming. Granted, the screen isn't the best, but we can get another 24-inch external 1080p monitor these days for a very low price. I mean, this laptop alone for the price of 3,999 ringgit only, it's decent. So let me know what do you think about this new ASUS V16 V3607 budget gaming laptop with the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4050 laptop GPU. Will you buy it or not? Do remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video.